Now let's see some in-depth things about a number data type. So in the previous video I told that it is integer, it is float, or it is string, but why would you believe me if I do not show you example? So let's see some example. So first we have in number, we have first data type, which is integer. So if I declare a variable, for example age, let's say 23, then in print, if I write here age and run the code, you can see it prints the age, but I'm telling it is integer. But how to prove that? For that we have a built-in function in Python, just like this print function. So what we have to do is we have to write the type function, which is offered by Python. It is a built-in function, so as it is a function, if we call that, we have to use parentheses. So before, while writing print function as well, we used parentheses. Now we are using type function as well, so we have to use parentheses, and in between that, if we pass the age variable, then let's see what it prints. So I'm gonna run the code. You can see it says the data type is integer. You can see int here, so it is proved that it is integer. Then we have float numbers. So float, so if I again write a variable called price, and let's say the price is $29.99, and if I write print, and if I call the type function, and in between parentheses if I pass price and run the code, you can see then we have the data type float. Then in number we have another data type, which is complex. So if you are from math background or mathematics background, there is a chapter called complex number, so this is related to that. So while we studied math, we used I to represent complex number, but in Python we have to use J. For example, if I write or declare a new variable called some var, and let's say here in W3 schools you can see how to write complex number, and if I write here 20i, then let's try to print this. If I write print, and if I want to print this some var and click on this run button, you will see an error because we can't write complex data types using I. We have to use J. Now if we run the code, you can see the output 20j, and if we pass this some var to the type function, let's see what it prints. So I'm going to write the print function, then I'm going to call the type function, and in between the parentheses I'll pass the some var. Then if I run the code, you can see the data type is complex. So that's all we have in number data type. See you in the next one.